Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. I am back home at the Not Wobbly Tarot table. Was traveling yesterday, so I just unfortunately didn't have time to do some readings for you. But I'm back today. I'm back with the hideous yellow backing tarot, the Shadowland tarot. I do like it. It has really grown on me, Shadowland tarot. I haven't used it for a while. That is the enormous box. And it's very good for reading about shadow energy, things like jealousy and resentment. And that's the topic of conversation today. Allegedly, according to Neil Sean, one of the reasons, if not the reason, the Harkles stormed out of St. Paul's and didn't go to the Guildhall luncheon and didn't show up at any of the other events was the lovely kiss that Prince Charles blew Catherine when he and Camilla arrived in St. Paul's and saw her looking so beautiful in her beautiful yellow outfit. And somebody else, when she saw it, played back afterwards, turned green with envy. Rumour has it that a fist or a foot went through the television set at Frogmore Cottage. Huge tantrum in the car, very, very angry, very upset. And so I'm just going to be doing a 5-card reading using the Shadowland Tarot. Have a look at this and see what's going on. And of course, all for entertainment purposes, or just my opinion and just a tarot reading. We'll be looking and seeing how Meghan felt about Catherine over the weekend. We'll be looking to see how she felt about that kiss, or whether it is the reason they stormed out, never to be seen again. What a delight for the rest of the royals in that case. And how she perhaps clapped back, perhaps set the sugars onto Prince Louis. And we'll have a look and see what her response was, how she reacted, what she did, if anything. She doesn't always have to clap back. She does seem to, very often, when she feels slighted, can't resist. But we'll have a look and see what she did. So that's what's going on. I had another thought in my mind, but it has gone completely from it. So, I was going to say, when I said how she feels about Catherine, she had been mirroring Catherine in the lead up to the Jubilee. She wore that Amelia Wickstead dress at that barbecue in California. She looked a bit unfortunate in it, especially from the rear, that boat dress. Rather a broad-beamed boat. And then, of course, the coat dress outfit, the Dior outfit that some people estimate cost well over $100,000 for that outfit. Excuse the dogs barking. It was very Catherine-esque. And PR puff pieces going out saying that Catherine said, wow, when she saw Meghan. Of course, Catherine didn't even look in Meghan's direction. So some desperate PR going on there. A huge level of hatred and resentment seems to be an issue here. And that's why I'm doing the reading with the Shadowland Tarot. And the Sun card has come out as the underlying energy. That's the attention card, the Leo card, the needing attention card, needing the spotlight on the self. It's ego, healthy ego, not unhealthy ego, but it is attention seeking. It wants all the attention, all the light, even when that card is upright. It's look at me, and doing these royal readings particularly, it's the energy that the Sun card sometimes has in these kinds of readings. So this is the underlying energy, is about who gets the attention, who gets the spotlight, who's in the limelight, who's having kisses blown at them and who's being ignored in the second row, in the middle of the second row on the other side, and nobody's even noticing. Apparently Harry wanting an apology for the way that the Harkles were neglected and ignored and sidelined. Mind-boggling, but there it is. I'm just repeating what royal reporters are saying. So let's see the energy around this situation. Meghan and Catherine. Meghan's point of view towards Catherine. There is the devil. There is Old Scratch. Haven't seen Old Scratch for a while, have to say. Yeah, and it's quite funny, this one, because it has a SOS in the background, which looks a bit like dollar signs. Everything on fire. Going to burn the place down if I don't get attention, if I don't get notice, if I don't get my ego stoked, then I'm going to burn the place down. That's what that devil is doing. Devil is all your worst attributes, and hence the Shadowland Tarot. Worst attributes, things that you can't control, things that you project into others, your greed, your narcissism, your lies, your resentment, your jealousy, your desire to get even with people. All of that is the devil. That is the energy between the two of them. I'm not reading from Catherine's point of view, I'm reading from Meghan's point of view. Meghan wants the attention, in my opinion, and Meghan is expressing the devil energy because she's not getting it, and because Catherine effortlessly is rising above this this feud and this competition. Catherine has literally elevated herself and is floating above, and this one is down burning in hell, very miserable, very unhappy, and is seeking some form of retribution, I would say, from that card. So let's see how Meghan felt about Catherine over the weekend. Just generally feels about her. Seven of Wands in reverse. Very interesting card because it's the card of being defenseless, of being unable. And the dog is, Tess is rushing around the garden, very excited. She's having one of those mad moments. And the dog is egging her on in his deaf and very old way. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse, and hang on a minute. Sorry about that. It's one of those days, I gather. Seven of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands, when it's upright, of course, is holding your position, standing firm in the high ground, under attack, feeling you need to defend yourself. There she is with her red shoes and her extensions, her weave, or whatever it is she wears. Click those heels and off she goes somewhere. Interesting. But it's in reverse, and when it's in reverse, the Seven of Wands, feeling vulnerable, feeling defeated, feeling like you can't compete, you can't win. Quite simply, that is what the card is. It's very simple. She feels that no matter what she does, no matter what she tries, Catherine always looks better, does something better, plays the piano, wears something spectacular, has beautiful children, whatever she does, and she's done just about everything imaginable. Poor old Meghan cannot compete. The very simple answer for Meghan is don't compete and just be yourself, and perhaps then you would make some headway. But no, very simple energy from that card, very self-explanatory energy, not simple energy, but it's very obvious energy. Meghan feels defeated. So how did she feel in particular about the kiss that Prince Charles blew to his lovely daughter-in-law Catherine in St. Paul's in front of everybody? How did she feel about it? The Hierophant in reverse. You can almost feel a scream coming out of that card when it's in reverse, actually. It looks a bit like the scream, the painting, of course. Strangely enough, it has that kind of energy about it, the same colours and the same sort of meltingness of it. Hierophant is, of course, the royal family, is the status quo, is the high road, is the hierarchy, is processing in St. Paul's, all of that, doing everything with pomp and circumstance, doing it all in the right way, in the right order. And it's in reverse, so she feels that it was uncalled for, it was inappropriate in that place. This is Meghan's point of view, not mine. Meghan feels that it was just wrong, that it was something that upset the apple cart for her. I think she couldn't believe it when she saw it. She wouldn't have been able to see it, as far as I can tell, when it actually happened, when they were sitting in their car watching the reruns and seeing all the highlights, and of course looking to see what people on Tumblr and Twitter and everywhere else were saying about them and everyone else. She would have seen it and she would not have believed that it happened. And the feeling of the Hierophant in reverse is almost of someone pulling the rug out from under you. She thought that it was going to be all about them and their role in the royal family and how important they were and their place and things, because that is literally what the Hierophant is. It's your place, your position. but it's in reverse, ousted, sidelined, insignificant. The insignificance that the Harkles experience is the thing that with the Sun they can least deal with, and Meghan in particular can least deal with. So yes, it was a blow. It was a massive blow for her, I think, because it's a major arcana card. And it is sitting above the Sun, which is the underlying energy of this whole reading. So was this the reason they stormed off and it didn't show up at the Guildhall or straight afterwards? Was it that bad, that desperate, very, very upsetting Five of Cups, a devastating Five of Cups, this unfortunate looking sort of frog creature, diving into the depths there, depths of sorrow, terrible sorrow, the Five of Cups, sorrow you can't really recover from, you dwell on it and dwell on it and dwell on it. The card is in the reverse. I'm taking this reversed card to mean extra dwelling on it, bitterness and looking at the spilled cups rather than what you may have left, and sobbing and weeping. And we saw her actually, I saw today someone's Twitter account, no, it wasn't on Twitter, I can't remember where it was, but somebody had found a little clip of Meghan actually looking like she was crying in St. Paul's, and she wouldn't have seen this at this stage, as far as I understand it. I could be wrong, but she looked as though her head sunk forward, and then there was a sort of a shudder and the one tear left eye go thing, and she bit her lip, and she looked like she looked in that interview in South Africa when no one ever asked if I was okay. There was the no one ever asked if I was okay energy about her in St. Paul's, because she wasn't getting the limelight, someone else was. She wanted it. She wanted her place acknowledged, wasn't acknowledged. She felt defeated. I'm very upset, extremely upset, kind of upset that she couldn't get over. I think floods of tears in that car, and it wasn't, by all accounts, even a proper car. It was a security vehicle that the Harkles were sent orphan because they missed the bus, quite literally. There wasn't a spare royal car for them, one of those lovely old cars for them to go in, so they had to go in the security car, and very, very infra-dig really for them, so that they could have their own transport and get their own moment to have their little own moment together, getting out of the vehicle and being papped and being filmed and greeting everybody, and then of course booed, which was the inadvertent outcome of that little stratagem. So Five of Cups in reverse, floods of tears in the car, can't possibly go, false eyelashes probably fell off, makeup streaked, more streaked than even the fake tan that she uses is streaked all over that poor white Dior trench coat, covered in bronzer and eyeliner and mascara, and possibly even some of the weave fell off too. So there it is, Five of Cups in reverse, very, very upset, absolutely. And the outcome I specifically want to know, is this why suddenly poor Prince Louis was the subject of vicious attacks, trying to get at Catherine for her poor parenting with the allegedly autistic child, out of control child? And I do not believe it for 1 second. This is not my opinion. I'm quoting the Sugars, the Sussex squad. Is this why the attack was so vicious that was led against Prince Louis? Two of Cups in reverse is a very upset energy as well. It's a breakup card. I get the feeling almost trying to force a wedge between almost Catherine and William, wanting to say, look, your wife is such a terrible mother. Look how she can't control that child, and trying to make other people unhappy with the Two of Cups in reverse. Talking about her response to it, it's a separation card, so it might have impacted on her relationship with Prince Harry. They might have had a falling out, quite an emotional falling out as a result of what happened with Prince Charles and Catherine. It might have upset her to that extent, but there's all possible kinds of fallings out. She's already fallen out with Catherine, so it's not that. Possibly I'm asking about her response. She always does seem to strike back, in my opinion. Possibly wanting to, as I say, cause some conflict between William and Catherine. and possibly Prince Harry and the rest of his family, Prince Charles, the rest of them. The breakup card, it is a very unhappy card. It is certainly when you're in that energy, if that is your response to something that you find difficult, you're not going to want to go and show your face and mingle with people and make small talk and do the right thing, which the Hierophant is very much about, doing the right thing. Certainly not up for that, not able to do that. Very upset, go home, lick wounds, probably not speaking to Harry afterwards. Certainly very angry with Prince Charles, very upset, very angry at Catherine, and hoping that somehow she could also, in my opinion, I have to stress this is all just my opinion, somehow derail the Cambridge marriage a little bit more. Seemingly has done some work at that in the past, but back on her agenda, high on her agenda, to try and cause some trouble there however she can, my opinion. That's the reading. Some ugly cards here, some ugly energy. Not surprising, but there it is. And on with the next one.